Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Do you know what I just heard on the radio after dropping Knox off? Lying beside you here in the dark, feeling your heartbeat with mine. How's everybody doing today? Good morning. Softly whisper, you're so sincere. How could I love me so? Thank you for all the compliments on my new hair. It's probably just because you can see my boobs now, so you're excited. I get it. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. It is Monday, another Monday. Just another manic Monday. Ooh, wish it was a Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. Good morning. Yesterday, we went to the lake for Father's Day, and the kids were, what is it called? Inner tubing. And, inner tubing. And they kept telling Michael to go faster, faster, faster. So, of course, because he's a child, he goes faster and hits a bump so high, all three kids go flying out and smack into each other midair. When I tell you, I had a heart attack. I'm talking about like a full-on heart attack. And I really could have killed Michael. But we did, other than that, we had a great day. It was a beautiful Father's Day. But I don't ever want to look back and see my three kids flying out of a inner tube, smashing into each other midair. I mean, that's really how people get hurt. It's really how people hurt their necks, their backs. My neck and my back. My neck, my back. Okay? Okay. Anyway, today I decided to actually get dressed and do my hair kind of, sort of, because honestly, I can't, like, I needed like a change. I don't know about you guys, but I needed a bit of a change. So I took the dog to daycare, got a coffee, came back. The kids are okay, but Max was like crying hysterically because Charlie landed on top of him. It's not fun. It was not funny, and it's not fun. Anyway, so I was reading this message this morning from this young girl who's like 22 or 23. And she basically tells me that she's dating this guy who she sees a lot of red flags with. And basically what she ended up asking me was, is it true that the right girl can change a man? And I said to her, I'm going to do a video on this because I think it's a really important conversation for all of us, not just those of us that are, oh my God, this hangnail is going to, this, whatever it's called, cuticle is going to drive me crazy. I think it's a really important conversation for us to have at any age. Let me be as crystal clear as I can be. it is not any woman's responsibility to change a man. Do not waste your emotional, mental, or physical well-being trying to change a man, trying to be the right girl to change a man. You cannot change him. You absolutely 150% cannot change him. But what if he really loves me? Then he will change himself. Period. But what if he will change himself. He will change himself. Do not turn yourself inside out trying to change a man or be the woman you think he wants, think he needs, thinks whatever, in hopes that he will change, because you will literally turn yourself inside out trying to be what you think this man needs. When the truth is, I have seen men who can't communicate become the best communicators. I have seen men who don't want a commitment get on their knees and propose. I have seen men who don't initiate sex because it's not their love language, initiate sex. I have seen men who did not want children beg a woman to make a baby. When a man wants to change, he will change. It doesn't matter what you do, what you say, how you look. If you cut your hair and dye it blonde because you think he likes blondes. If you learn how to cook French food because he makes a comment that he loves French food. If you start watching football. If you start voting Democrat. It doesn't matter. You cannot change a man. Period. It's not to say he won't change for you, but if he changes for you, it's because you are who he's been looking for. Not because you suddenly started to watch the Giants. Not because you suddenly started to canvass for a political candidate. Not because you move across the country. Not because you get the job. These fucking Hollywood movies, that is why every single time a woman twists herself inside out in these movies to become who... Look at Legally Blonde. She literally went to law school to make Turner love her. To be the girl that she believed Turner wanted. And the whole twist of the movie is that by the time Turner wanted her and realized she could be all of the things he thought he needed, that she wasn't, she didn't want him anymore. That's why they keep making these dumb fucking movies. Because we keep trying to go to law school for a man who says he wants a lawyer. Sis, if you want to be a veterinarian, why are you applying to law school? If you don't want to wear thong bikinis on the beach and you feel more comfortable in a one piece, why are you pulling that bathing suit up your ass? Because you think that's what's going to do it for him? That's what's going to make him change? No. And the thirst trapping on social media and the like, look at me, I'm so fun. Look, I'm at a sports bar watching sports. You know you don't like that shit. Why are you doing it? Because you're going to have to keep up that facade. So let's just say you turn yourself into the woman he wants. Let's just say you start eating scrambled eggs because that's what he loves. You start going to sports bars to watch the Giants. You start canvassing for a political candidate you don't believe in. You start cooking French food because that's what he loves. Before you know it, you're going to be a damn Republican snail-eating Giant fan. Do you want to keep that up? Is that the life you want to live? And for what? Let's be honest. Most likely, some mediocre dick you only start to get every other Tuesday. Let's be honest. I mean, let's keep it 100. What are we turning ourselves inside out for? Be you, and let the right man come get that. Because I'm telling you, it is a lot easier on your mental, emotional, and physical well-being if you just let the right man come get you. Because it is exhausting to be somebody you're not. That's why when people are always like, Does Michael know who you really are? Does Michael know who I really am? Yes. I don't know how to be anybody else. I laid all my cards out before we got together. Absolutely. And the same thing goes if you are dating women, by the way. Because you know I have been there, done that, and would probably do it again. If you are into a woman and she's into like yoga and smoothies and like bike riding, and you can't touch your toes and you like steak, like, what are you about to do right now? What are you about to do? Are you really about to pretend that you love yoga when you know you can't touch your toes? Now, I understand liking somebody and wanting to find things that you have in common, right? That's important. You do want to date someone you have things in common with, sure. But this whole facade, like, where we're pretending to be people we're not because we want to be alluring. Alluring comes from the inside. It's not something you can fake. And, by the way, you can't change people unless they're in diapers. You can't change people unless they're in diapers. Period. Point blank. Okay? I dated this girl. She was a yogi. Everything. Every time I would go to LA and stay with her, she would want me to go to her yoga studio in the morning. And every time I would say to her, sis, that is never going to be me. I am never going to be the girl who gets up at 6 a.m. to go to a yoga studio. Never. I don't like it. And she thought it was a reflection of how much I liked her. I'm like, if you base how much I like you on whether I go to this yoga studio at 6 a.m., you're going to think I'm not interested in you at all. Never mind the fact that I just got on a plane and flew all the way across the country to be with you. I'm never, ever going to want to go to a yoga studio at 6 a.m. I don't want to wear yoga pants. They give me camel toe. I don't want to be silent for an hour. I don't want to do yoga. Period. So I told her, if you're looking for somebody who's crazy about you, but is like super into yoga and wants to drink all her meals, I'm not the one for you. And I'm okay with that. Because I can't pretend that I want to drink all my meals. I can't even fake that. I can't even fake that. So, when you start to feel like you want to try to work on them, to change them, or to become someone that you are not for them to like you. And we've all been there. Guys, we've all been there. Every one of us has been like, they're like, oh, do you like the lake? And you're like, oh my God, I love the lake. Meanwhile, like, the Loch Ness Monster keeps you up at night and shit, right? You know, it's one thing to do the little, like, Michael would be like, you want to go for ice cream? I'd be like, not unless you want to fucking hear me fart for the next 2 hours. He'd be like, all right, we'll skip the ice cream. You want to go to the lake? Yeah, I'll go to the lake, but I'm not getting in. I'm not a boat person. I'm not a lake person. I'll sit on the dock and read a magazine as long as you know I'm going to be the chick on the dock reading a magazine. So if you try to guilt me into going into the lake, or you try to shame me, oh, she's at the lake, but she's not going in. I told you who I was before we went to the lake. So if you try to change me, I'm not going to like you. And if you try to shame me or whatever into changing, it's not going to work. I'm not a lake girl. I'm a city girl. You want to drop me off on the subway? You want me to go to Brooklyn? You want me to walk through the streets of New York? Whatever it is you need in the city, I got you. But I'm not going to be the chick getting eaten by a fucking catfish at the bottom of Lake Martin because I'm trying to impress your ass. Negative, Ghost Rider. That's a no. Okay? That's just not me. If you want dessert, hey, I like dessert, but I can't eat ice cream because it tears my stomach apart. And I'm not going to go on a date with you like this is some Hollywood rom-com and walk around Birmingham eating ice cream with you. Meanwhile, crop dusting everybody in Mountain Brook, feeling like I'm about to die. I'm not doing it. No. Ooh. That's a recent story. Do you date women and marriage at the same time? No, I was dating her before I met Michael. That's what you heard? Yeah, I have girlfriends right now. A lot of relationships I'm maintaining right now. I've got a girlfriend, probably a boyfriend, you know, then I'm part of a throuple somewhere. Then I have my husband. You know, I gotta like keep it all going to stay youthful. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say to you is, Michael told me, like, Michael has told me things like he's never, okay, like, let me give you an example. Okay, Michael is never going to do, hey, what the what? You know what? Rude. It's fucking rude. Oh, I would probably do it again. I would probably do it again. Not while I was married, but if we got divorced, absolutely. Oh, I would do it again. How do you handle it when a guy changes too much for you? How do you handle it when a guy changes too much for you? Guys, this is a really important question. Susan, that is typically a red flag. Think about it. Why would you want to be with someone who abandons everything they are for you? Don't you think that's weird? Don't you think it's weird, honestly, if someone changes who and what they are to be with you? Now, it's one thing, like I moved for Michael, right? I moved. That's a big compromise, right? I did that. I didn't want to get married. Michael wanted to get married. Hi, Larry. I was willing to do that. But could you imagine if Michael was like, to me, it's a red flag when somebody changes who and what they are for you too quick. I don't like that. That even friends. Did you ever have friends where you meet them and all of a sudden they want to be part of every single thing you're doing and you're like, whoa. And your instinct is like, this feels like a lot. You know? You're like, oh, we're going to do karaoke there. I love karaoke. Oh, we're going to watch the Yankees. I love the Yankees. You know, everything you do, all of a sudden they want to do. No, like show up, be who you are, and you will attract the right thing, you know? And don't try to change people. If you meet someone in their hoe phase, don't try to change her. Let her be in her hoe phase. Mind your business. Anyway, I'm just saying, if people, yes, Reagan, you will eventually feel suffocated. It's one thing to be open-minded and try new things. It's another thing to become the girl from Wedding Crashers and like, 'cause I'll find you. No, fuck that. Bring your own thing to the table. Michael and I, yes, mirroring gets old. Oh my God, Kelly, did you ever go out to eat with someone and they, like, no matter what you order, they order the same thing? They don't even like fucking grouper with olive shoved up its ass, but you're like, I'm going to have the grouper with the olive shoved up its ass. Like, oh my God, that sounds so good. I'll have that. Okay. I don't like that. Be who you are. Like what you like. It's okay. Listen, Michael loves the lake. He grew up at the lake. He loves the lake. The lake is his jam. That is not my jam. So when we go to the lake, right? Hi, Monica. When we go to the lake, I sit on the dock and read magazines and watch my kids swim, right? That is what all he asks of me. Because he knew who I was when he signed up. Period. Michael does not karaoke. He does not karaoke. He does not want to karaoke ever. Okay? Now, every time we go to karaoke, I say, you sure you don't want to come? He says, not my jam. I go, okay. I don't shame him. I don't pressure him. He's not going to try to change for me. I'm not trying to change for him. We just do it the way we do it, and I get up there and karaoke all night. What if I really just like grouper, but you ordered first? All right, that's fair. But that wouldn't happen every time. I'm talking about the people that do this shit every time. They want you to like them so much they mirror you. You know? I don't like that. It's weird. You can't change people unless they're in diapers. The two lessons here are you can't change people unless they're in diapers. If somebody wants to like change for you, they're going to do it for you. They're going to change things about themselves that they are comfortable changing, right? That's okay. But you can't turn yourself inside out, like trying to be what someone wants to be, because you'll lose who you are. You will literally lose who you are. You don't want to do that. I'm telling you. You will be miserable trying to keep up that persona, you know? You will be miserable and tired, and it's different when two people meet each other and they want the same things, y'all. That's not what we're talking about. If you meet someone and you guys want the same thing, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. I'm talking about you're terrified of flying, and your significant other wants to get his pilot license, and all of a sudden you want to be the girl that's up in the airplane shitting your pants. No, you have your hobby, you go do your thing. And by the way, it's so much better. Look, Captain Lee said, would you really want to be with someone who you can change? You want someone with their own independent thoughts. Absolutely. You want someone who brings their own view of the world to the table. And if it meshes with yours and you can find a way to come together, great. But when you get into these when you get into these relationships and you try to change this person, or you try to be what you think they want you to be, it doesn't work. I love Captain Lee. I love him. I think he's beautiful. I think his heart is amazing. And I absolutely am so grateful he is my friend. But I don't like boats. I don't want to be out on the sea. I don't ever want to have to go yachting as a hobby or as a thing. Could you imagine if I pretended or tried to change him? Imagine if I tried to change Captain Lee. Like, you don't really need to captain or whatever it's called, sail. Let's stay on land and read magazines. You know, he would be like, ugh. And even if he did change for me, he would be miserable. Boating is who he is. It's what he loves. No matter how much he liked me, if he changed for me, he would be miserable. No matter how good my sex was, no matter how good my food was, no matter how good my jokes were, if Captain Lee was like, I really like this girl, I'm not going to go on a boat for her, I'm not going to yacht anymore, or whatever it's called, he would be miserable. You know? Miserable. Jamie, what is the etiquette for talking about events in front of other women that you haven't invited? That's hard. I would say try to avoid it, honestly, if you can. I mean, I think etiquette is just try to avoid the conversation if you can. You know, I know that if I wasn't invited to something and everybody was talking about it, I would feel hurt and embarrassed. So maybe have the conversation when people are, you know, with those people on a private text chat or, you know, whatever. I wouldn't discuss it in front of that person because that would be hurtful, you know? Okay, guys, it is really important for me to let you know that my new podcast, Tell Me What to Do, is now available on every platform that podcasts are available. No matter what kind of phone you have, no matter where you listen to podcasts, Tell Me What to Do is there. Please look for it and subscribe. You can find it on Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart, iTunes, Apple. Please find Tell Me What to Do and subscribe. It would mean the world to me if you could do it. Please, please, please let me know. Please, I'm working really hard on this podcast for you, and I love that you guys can call me and ask me questions and I can answer your questions. And it's, please listen to the trailer if you can. And no matter what kind of phone you have, you can subscribe now. It's on Apple Podcasts, it's on iTunes, it's on Stitcher, it's on Spotify. It's called Tell Me What to Do, and it launches this Thursday, June 25th. This Thursday, June 25th. If you subscribe, please come back and say, I subscribed. The first episode comes out Thursday. Thank you, Tiffany Curry. My first episode is this Thursday, June 25th. I'm nervous but excited. Carrie, if you can't find it, let me know, okay? You can subscribe anywhere. I know for some of you it's going to be weird to hear it and not see my face, but it's another way. While you're walking, you can listen. While you're in the kitchen cooking, you can listen. I think you will really love it. I think we're going to laugh. We're going to cry. It's called Tell Me What to Do with Jamie Premack Sullivan. Tell me what to do. Sometimes I'll tell you, sometimes you'll tell me. I really, really, really appreciate everybody who has subscribed. It means the world to me. Over 4,000 of you have already subscribed. Please find a way to subscribe. I would really love it. And you can listen this Thursday, June 25th. Thank you so much. I love you guys so much. If you are in a relationship with someone right now where you have turned yourself inside out to try to be who they want you to be, I think we need to talk about how to get out of that. Okay? I think we need to talk about how to get out of that. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. How do you get out of a relationship you thought you wanted to be in, but now you don't? And a friendship too. Friendship, relationship, everything. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Jose, on Spotify. He just, we are pre-recording. I've already recorded 3 episodes. I love you guys so much. Please, if you could share the link to my podcast, share the link to my podcast, and encourage everybody on your page to subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate it. Kelly subscribed on Google Podcasts. Thank you. I love you guys so much. What about the women who try to be who they aren't sexually? That is so important. Oh my God, tomorrow's coffee talk is going to be epic. Tomorrow's coffee talk is going to be epic. Getting out of relationships and friendships that you don't want to be in. Oh my goodness. Jamie Premack Sullivan, tell me what to do. It's one episode a week every Thursday. Thank you guys so much. Have a great, great day.